Hi guys, it's PanelHopper here again, and I'm back with my thoughts, my initial reaction on Power of the Doctor, which at time of recording just finished airing about an hour ago. As I've said before with previous 13th Doctor specials, this is good. This is not bad. It's not the worst Doctor Who has ever been. I think the 11th Doctor's era was far, far worse on balance, and it is improving. So if you think about or no, overall it has improved because it's over now, isn't it? If you think about series 11 and how lackluster that was, and if you think about series 12 and how up and down that was, and you think about how generally good series Flux was, then this final episode follows the trend because, the first special, Eve the Daleks, was lackluster. Legend of the Sea Devils, it was good to see the Sea Devils, but it was generally bad. And this special was okay. There was a lot of... I had a lot of anxiety about how they were going to fit things in, whether Tegan or Ace were going to have time to actually be there as characters. But I think that on balance, coming on my initial reaction, I think that it all worked reasonably well. Let's talk about the things I enjoyed before we talk about the one or two medium-sized elephants in the room. So let's talk about the bit with the reverse regeneration, the master body swapping thing. I liked that. That was a very mastery plot. I liked it a lot. It wasn't the conclusion. I at first, when I was watching it, I thought that the master body swapping was going to be the thing that triggered the regeneration, but no, it was just kind of a part of the kind of grand plan. Whether that grand plan actually came to anything, that this idea that the Daleks and the Cybermen were going to share the planet, or take it in turns to destroy the planet, that never came of anything. But as a set of stakes and as a bit of tension, I think it worked. Then there's Ace and Tegan. I enjoyed seeing them back. I enjoyed things like referencing Auntie Vanessa and survival and all these really good things. Oh yeah, and of course the sequence in the Doctor's mind with David Bradley as the first Doctor and Colin Baker as the sixth Doctor, and Paul McGann and Peter Davidson as the eighth and fifth Doctors. They were all in it after all. See, that was really nice. With some people wondering whether they might turn up at the 60th, but no. Here they are in the BBC Centenary special, and it was really good to see them. That was so much fun. What else did I like? I really liked seeing the old companions right at the very end, Mel and Ian, and I forget Kat Jennings' character's name. I'm so stupid. Anyway, let's move on to the massive elephant into the room, which is the regeneration into the 10.2 Doctor is what I'm going to call him for now, and the fact that the Timeless Child, something I personally defended, didn't go anywhere. So, if you've seen any of my Doctor Who reviews before, you'll know that I really enjoyed, or not enjoyed, I saw potential in the idea of the Timeless Child, the idea of the Doctor having a mysterious past that we don't know much about, but could be explored if we wanted. And, you know, when it first reared its head at the end of Series 12, it was this massive fandom-splitting, not catastrophe, but it caused a lot of arguments on Twitter, which is about as heated as Doctor Who gets. And then it was kind of just left to sit there while we didn't, because we didn't know what was going on with Flux. You know, coronavirus put paid to filming Series 13 until, you know, October 2022. No, 2021, sorry. October last year is when Flux came out. And, you know, all the time through Flux, we were like, are we going to get any resolution to the Doctor's past? What was in the Fob Watch? Are we going to see the Fob Watch back in these specials? What's with the Fugitive Doctor? Where does she fit? She's back in this, but only as a hologram, which is nice. Like, I enjoyed the fact that the Doctor hologram was able to be past Doctors as well as the 13th Doctor. But in terms of wrapping up any loose ends from the Timeless Child, like, you know, who were Bell and Vinda? Or were they anyone, or were they just characters for Flux? You know, what was in the Fob Watch? None of that is addressed. None of that is even remotely addressed. So what you end up with now, from my perspective, as someone who supported the idea of the Timeless Child, is this thing that was dropped into the middle of fandom, like as a common phrase in British politics is a dead cat thrown on a table, and it doesn't mean anything. It's not going to come up again. And so I was a bit disappointed by that, frankly. And then the other elephant in the room is, I suppose, the you know, the spoiler warning now for the ending of Power of the Doctor is the reverse regeneration, degeneration, whatever, back into David Tennant. Something's clear, you know, from the context of that scene, in my opinion, something's clearly gone wrong with the regeneration in general. And I think that it will work. You know, I was very worried about it. I was very worried that we wouldn't get a proper explanation, and we don't really get one. But I think that given what we talk, given the stuff that we learn, like the sequence in the Doctor's mind with the old Doctors, and all that stuff about how regeneration is on a kind of psychological meta level, I think that works as a kind of laying the groundwork for it at the very least. So I don't think that's too of a big deal as long as the 2023 specials are okay. But we'll have to see about that, won't we? Because we won't know. You know, maybe the 2023 specials will happen after something terrible's happened, and we'll never get to see them. But if we do get to see them, I hope they're good, and I look forward to seeing them. Anyway, that's how I feel about Power of the Doctor. It's a slightly longer video than usual, but there's a lot to talk about because it was a long special. Anyway, I'll be back with more videos of all kinds, but especially Doctor Who in 2023 and beyond. Okay, thanks guys, bye.